alongside your game ID and server.
Comment that.
Comment it down. And let's get ready for this matchup. Again, a best of 3 here between the world standards. It's Echo and APBR.
Lapu Lapu is, honestly, I'm a little surprised about the Lapu Lapu showing up. Were you guys not like a little bit rattled? Like,
Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind
All
this?
right. I have a simple way of tackling things wherein every time that the Faramis is meta, Lapu Lapu will always be meta.
Yeah.
Just because of that interaction, like, where you're the one to kind of counter the Faramis ultimate. It's pretty simple for me.
So just dive in on the Faramis ultimate with your bravest fighter.
Exactly, just free setup, because one swing of your, or maybe 2 swings of your ult, you already have taken out the NetherRealm extra shields, and they will be stunned, and that's free setup for your stun.
And not only that, but you actually get to complement. And this could work also really well with the Final Slash, right? Either for the after effect of that, when the NetherRealm is already kind of expended a little bit, or even to set it up,
Yeah, that's
to let that be available.
really great point, because what you get from it, like, it's extra vengeance. At the same time, you can swap between your initiations, right? You can start with the Arlet, you can start with the Lapu Lapu, or vice versa.
Right. We're also seeing a little bit of a, what do you call this, reminder why the Lapu Lapu is going lower in the pick percentage, because the CC is just tearing through it at this moment. So, again, it all depends on whether or not you're going to be aggressive or you're going to try to maybe just sustain up until the mid game, I guess, right?
Now, as we get ready for this first big objective of the game, that Turtle being that, we'll have to see how APBR wants to approach this with the lineup they have. In terms of already having, you know, this Faramis pick, this Valentina pick, a matchup that we used to see so much of, we know that it draws fights out, like it draws team fights out here. And I'm wondering if it'll be a little bit different now that, you know, for example, we have that Roger playing a part of this lineup here. Do we have some burst potential? Uh-oh, JP.
Yeah, if you're talking about burst right now, JP is absorbing the brunt of it, as APBR are getting ready to position themselves, try to take this turtle. Obviously, both marksmen are not present here. Flaptease is quite low, though. I think he still has the vengeance, as he does. So that means it might just get reset here, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, so they're just kind of feeling things out here. Both teams, though, now have a lot of those level 4s available to them. You can see how it's still very calculated from both teams on how they want to approach even this first turtle. That's what's expected from them in the 4-on-4.
There you go. Sanford diving in. Bravest fighter. He is looking at forward for you. And Carl Teasy will get the retribution while all that's happening. Right now, everyone is just compressed into one area. And both teams are going to be using that NetherRealm. And now the fight's happening. The sustained damage is actually better here on the side of APBR now. They will come out on top with a kill.
Okay, so they trade there. JP the one to go down. APBR still looking possibly for more here. They're going to back off, but it's a 1-for-1 trade for the turtle in favor of Echo.
Wow, what a long story that we just saw. It's a matter of a minute. It all started with a very weird rotation from Echo that allowed Kaltizi to have level 5 over Kaltizi, but didn't matter anyways, because what they did was to sacrifice some of the XP on Sanji so that they will have to wait for Sanji's ultimate to be up. And they also took so much time resetting the Lord that Kaltizi caught up when it comes to the XP. Eventually, Sanji nailed a wonderful NetherRealm on his own, and JP with initiation. It's like a very long movie that we've seen in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and that's what I was mentioning earlier, right? Like, that's what the Faramis Valentino matchup is known for. Yeah. It's those long exchanges, and they really draw things out. So when you take that into consideration in the hands of teams like this, like Echo and APBR, you're going to see a lot of this kind of micro play come into these fights, and that's where you really want to be able to pay attention, because it's all about the timing on how they expend that, especially with Sanji having the NetherRealm himself over from Few. So, again, as things kind of get situated here, there's not going to be anything drastic happening so far, because that's just how these two world caliber teams are going to play it out until eventually, if you look at it statistically, APBR has been known before that first Lord to really go and try to force a play, make a play, and that's the swing for them. Now, Echo, on the other hand, they like to just kind of go for it sometimes, even early on. And that could possibly be what they do here. They're going to poke down a little bit for Kyle Teasy, but still, Turtle now up. Take a look at the positioning here for both teams as well. started up. Gold lane still waiting patiently, but look at the pressure from Flap. Yeah, it's up top.
It's really good right now. Obviously, we're seeing basically a free turtle here for Echo, but yeah, Bren's getting a lot on the map as well. So it's basically they're trying to nullify each other on the macro scale of things.
Yep. This is where we start to go for trades, and this is probably why people are looking at the meta in the Philippines, why it looks quote-unquote boring, because sometimes teams have understood their power spike so much that in that case, like, the slight advantage that Echo has when it comes to EXP as well as damage, because they got the first turtle, AP Brent already decided we cannot fight second turtle with just trades, so they even up. It's just all trades. That's part of the reason why teams, or why viewers look at the Philippines and say it's boring. It's because of the better understanding of the macro game that you just trade off.
That's true.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. It's really a disciplined approach as a region as a whole, right? It is. Now, if you're a viewer and you're watching some of the other regions, it's fun to watch all these clashes here and there. It gets a little messy, and you're like, oh, that was exciting. But also, there's a whole nother level to it where it's exciting looking at how they approach teams like this, approach these objectives, because we don't. Let's be honest, we all know that objectives win the game. Right? That's what it is. Yeah. And the same can be said when you look at the disciplined approach towards the objectives. Yeah. These teams also take the disciplined approach to team fights. Yep. So even the team fights, for the most part, are not messy.
Exactly.
And some people just construe that with messy as entertaining.
Exactly.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
Depends how you look at it. That's why I really like our international restreamers. Big shout outs to Trex. Trex is entertained by this kind of gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And another restreamer named Mirko.
Who's Mirko?
Who's Mirko?
He likes something that starts with Viva and ends with Max. So shout outs to Mirko. He's also restreaming right now. He's bored about this stuff because he's a messy player,
He is.
He is.
I've seen him jungle.
Yeah. Shout outs to Mirko.
What's up, Mirko?
Shout out to all the restreamers here as part of the English broadcast. Now, once again, Turtle's going to be up here. Third one of the game. AP Brent going for a fight.
Oh man, JP's dancing in and out of these ones, and he has to use that flicker to basically survive. Right now, though, Sanford, he's not done. Trying to get that fight started, and bullets are flying everywhere. Both teams flying under the Nether Realm right now, and healthier HP bars belong to AP Brent. Carl TZ, he doesn't really have that much sustain left anymore. Ultimate's already used up here, and Flap TZ, he's yo-yoing himself into the fight. Benny Cutie still got some firepower with that Lycan Pounds, and it looks like it is going to be, feels like even Stevens for some reason.
At the end of the day, it looked really good.
It looked good, though.
It looked good, right? And Sanji was very disciplined. I gotta say, big props to Benny Cutie. Very clean gameplay from the Roger, taking advantage of the Lycan Pounds, and also the way that he switches between range and melee mode, as he's able to just kite through the members of AP Brent. It looked really bad for Echo, but he kind of salvaged it. Nevertheless, I think it was Kyle TZ as well as Ogwin that really made this look good for AP Brent. The way that they are kiting, look at that in and out. You're looking at AP Brent. In and out of the fight. Eventually, Kyle TZ goes down. And this could have been very bad for AP Brent, but they dodged it in the end. Good clash from both teams.
Yeah, that could have been so much worse. It looked really bloody. And at the same time, people were juggling HP bars between each other. You know how that's just... One of your stickers will say this. That was a masterclass of how the team fight.
Yeah, it was. And real quick, as we get ready for the next objective here, items, how's it looking, Wolf?
Okay, so one thing that really shocked me was the choice from Benny Cutie. And this is Impure Rage, Roger. We saw earlier it was the Marksman emblem.
Yep.
Right now, he went in for Impure Rage. And his first item actually wasn't the typical ones. He went for the Wind Talker first, focusing on farm and objectives.
Yeah, basically, faster attack speed and faster move speed get towards those gold sources a lot quicker.
Okay, with that, next resource here, as they play around it, the next objective is going to be this Lord up. AP Brent not able to find the pickoff they were looking for. They did get the Daytona's a welcome up, but it's just going to be back up by the time that Echo decides to actually go ahead and contest this. But you still see the focus on the map, especially from Flap here on the bottom side now with the CC pushing there as he goes and grabs that. So they get another turret to work around with. And right now, AP Bren has to decide how they want to approach this. They still don't have a clear go signal on taking this Lord. So they'll just kind of wait and feel things out. Either of these teams, if they can get the mid turrets down, the tier 1s, that would help them a little bit more. But right now, it's a stalemate.
Yeah, obviously, the CC really does command that you look at the map, or else you will lose a big chunk of these turrets. Right now, though, we're seeing a Flicker already used up. Sanji already used up a lot of what he has in the barrel. It's still going to be happening here. Fight erupting, and Few already going to be taken out. Flicker's used by Sanford. Nice dodge here. Tries sidestep, and Vengeance on the CC means that it will be a disengage for AP Bren. It looked really bad for Echo, but they came out on top.
Great response there in that pole even. Still going.
Oh, they're still going. They're happy to throw out this final slash here, knowing that Few actually does not have the Flicker available, or the Purify available, rather. And now it's going to be Flapteezy suffering here. The sustained damage here from Echo is just, it's really hard to stomach. And of course, they're not done. Sanji with a re-engage as well. The final slash is already back up, and they are taking bodies right now. Kalteezy looking for someone to hit with the Appraiser's Wrath, but no one's home.
Marco, okay, he's going to survive, but holy moly, Echo comes out swinging, getting multiple members of AP Bren, and that's their go signal now for this Lord.
Yeah, AP Bren just bit off more than they can chew. Few was already tagging so much, and even after he pops his ultimate, Flapteezy went in for the fight. He smelled blood, and he went for it. He got baited by the bubble of Echo. And then eventually, you can see Sanji just toying with death. We're gonna see it. Look at this. Now, look at how composed he is. He goes back even with a sliver of health, knowing that he can take out Ogwin. And what a final slash coming out from JP. Eventually followed up by Kalteezy. They're wonderful out there. And now, they stop the Appraiser's Wrath that could have been disastrous for them. And with just one clash, Echo is bona fide, the leader of this game.
And you know what? Most people on Sanji's position right there, with 1 HP and one of the torn apart memories going for your face, you would back off completely. But no, he went forward. That was beautiful to watch.
That's just the confidence that the former world champions will have here. Again, going against the current world champions. So right now, AP Bren going to deal with this Lord. Should make quick work of it. The big question is how much space advantage does Echo get out of this play? And we'll see that in just a bit as they make their way for the resources here of AP Bren. And really, it kind of comes to the question. Hold on, they go pull.
Okay. There you go. Nice pullback here for AP Bren. That will net them a Sanford kill. Sanji forcing a Flicker out as well. Ooh, you already have Conceal used up. So both teams are really expending a lot of resources just to stay alive, basically.
And there's so many tools here for both teams to kind of initiate, peel, or just bait things out.
Sorry.
Highlight, is this boring?
That caught me by surprise.
Let us know.
Is this boring, guys? Oh, look at this. Oh, they got separated by a mountain there. But the CC ult still pretty much going to be useful here, keeping them together. 3v5, still no problem here for Echo as they go straight into the heart of the AP Bren line here. And JP not going to have enough skills to sustain anymore. It is a massacre of damage coming in from the Bees.
Benny's back. Right now, AP Bren going to keep running it down mid, pushing down this mid lane, possibly to get a tier 2 turret. They've got the numbers. Do they want more here?
Oh my god.
AP Bren still pushing the pressure in the mid.
Oh, what a pull.
Yeah.
Sanford?
This looks really bad here. Even the torn apart memory available. Oh my goodness. I don't know what you noticed, Wolf, but you were just going insane.
Wolf is breathing because he's so bored. Are you bored, Wolf?
Are you bored?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained, everyone? Yeah, man. I may not have my wisdom teeth anymore, but I can't hold this anymore because Flapteezy lost the fight for AP Bren in the previous team fight. Like if you basically lost the Lord for Echo.
Yeah.
I mean for AP Bren and gave it to Echo. But then in the last fight, you saw how well he managed to zone out the members of Echo. So basically, he zoned out 2 members because of his ultimate. And that allowed AP Brent to isolate Carlteasy. And then, because of the pool that you get from Few, Carlteasy doesn't have any of his teammates anymore because they were zoned out by FlapTeasy. And that was a beautiful, I don't know actually if FlapTeasy meant for that ultimate to go that way where there's a mound that separates two members of Echo and they're practically stunned, both of them, because they cannot move away from each other. I don't know if that was intended, but that was the result. They zoned out Carlteasy because of that, isolated Carlteasy, which meant that AP Bren took 3, and now they have gotten the lead back again.
Well, with that, lead or not, AP Bren going to go ahead and start up this Lord to take it on their side here, but Carlteasy has the information he needs as well. Big item pickup for Super Marco. Sanchi doesn't have an ultimate yet. He's got to hold on and find the right one here, but take a look at the positioning. Lord's going to go through this phase for a while until they punch it in. Ogwin, though.
Yep, nice pullback there. Carlteasy going to be using up the CC immunity of the Barretts. Just try to stay alive, but look at that. Sanji is going to be the one who's caught here by the yo-yo blitz of FlapTeasy. I think he still has the current call available already. Used it up, making sure that Echo can't get out of this fight anymore. Now the fight's happening right now. HP are still very much healthy here for AP Brand, who have maximized the use of the Nether Realm. Now it's going to be JP falling.
Oh man, it's only Benny Cutie. AP Bren, we don't even need the Lord. They say, let's push it down the mid. And it's Benny Cutie against AP Bren.
The Orcas are going to be the one. Make sure to click that goodie bag on your base, on your TikTok app, as they are going to be walking and making short work of that base inside. It's 1-0 for the World Champs.
The World Champs take first blood in the